in this political climate, we run into some crazy people, some people who make some threats, some people that just might talk out of turn. Well, we might have one today, and not the guy that's coming on, but the guy we're going to be talking about. Yeah, so I am going to drop the intro and we'll be right back with Jordan Vinro. How are you doing, Jordan?
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Any interesting phone calls lately?
Oh, just that one.
All right. If you don't know what we're talking about, which you don't because no one knows, Jordan got an alleged threatening voicemail, and it did sound pretty threatening for owning a gun show. Jordan Vinro owns Gideon Optics, which is an awesome optic company. He also owns Eagle Shows, which been big arena shows, and a bunch of other gun shows around the country. I call him the Vince McMahon of gun shows because he's trying to buy them all up and unite them under one umbrella. So, Jordan, let's walk through exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean, normal day. It's Friday. Woke up. I ended up having to take my daughter to the hospital to do just a couple, end up being routine tests or whatever. So everything's good there. And I get a text message saying, "Happy Friday." And there's a voice memo attached to it. So I listen to this voice memo, and it's an alleged threatening call. All the anti-gunner talking points.
You took it as threatening, right?
Yeah, I took it as threatening. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So, basically threatened my children and are going to kill my children and whatever. So, my immediate response was to go to the state police. We did that. They have all the information, gave them all the information I had. Went about my day a little bit more. I called you to let you know, and we talked about it for a minute, and I ended up calling the FBI and gave them all the information that I have. And then, shortly after that, you call me back with some extra information that we didn't quite have, and connected those last couple of dots on what had happened and who it was. So
I'm pretty good at that.
yeah, that's why I called you.
Yeah, I actually talked to the guy, and he doesn't recall if he made the calls or not.
Yeah. Well, we have caller ID. Here's a little tip for anybody that's going to call and make threats to anybody else or do any nefarious things over your cell phone. Number one, don't use your cell phone or a phone that has the name associated to it of yourself, family members, the person that pays the bills, your father, all of the pertinent information that is easily accessible on your favorite search engine. I mean, it's all there. So don't threaten people, and also don't be dumb.
Yeah, he talked to me, so he was kind of dumb.
Well, yeah. You don't have to be dumb. Some smart guys talk to you too, and you still get all the information that you're looking for.
Yeah, but I got like a lot of information that he gave over willingly.
Yeah, so that makes it easier. And he also called. He called. So for those that don't know, I live in the western side of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a pretty large state from east to west, and all of our shows are on the east side of Pennsylvania. There's several gun shows in the west, but we don't own any of them. And the larger one is in Pittsburgh this weekend. And so I thought, well, maybe they were trying to get a hold of that promoter, just seeing gun show and Googled it. And maybe my company pops up on search engine or whatever. So I called her, and she checked with her office folks, and they also received a threatening phone call or an alleged, I guess I need to say alleged threatening phone call. She was going to dig into it more once she got back to her office on Monday. So it doesn't sound like this individual accidentally called and said the things he said twice to two different companies, two different phone numbers, two different entities. So I hope that the FBI follows up with it. I hope the state police follows up with it.
I'm sure he will. He's a little bit nervous.
Yeah. And we've had these threats before. I've been on the news for countless reasons, and the anti-gunners. I think I was trying to think some of this stuff through today, just as I was going through my day. But I really think that some of these anti-gun groups, maybe they don't do it on purpose, but they know the results of what they say are going to cause an emotional response.
I think they do it on purpose.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt since we're live, but they rally the troops that they know are going to emotionally have emotional outrage towards us, towards me, towards other friends in the industry, towards you, um, other manufacturers, other YouTube personalities. And hey, if one of us gets hurt, if one of us gets maimed, if one of us gets silenced, if our family gets hurt, if our family tells us, hey, we don't want you out there doing these things anymore, that's a win for them. They don't care how they get their win. They want us all to go away. So if that's what happened to Charlie Kirk in a style like that, they won't care. They'll parade around. We got this guy. He's a gun guy, and that's our enemy. So we all need to be careful when we're out, especially any of us that are on podcasts and out here trying to spread freedom like we are. We all need to pay attention to our surroundings and make sure that we're aware of who's with us, who's around us, and what's going on. Anything out of the ordinary, any individuals that are maybe creeping around or making phone calls or emails or however they communicate with you, you really need to be cautious of that, especially after what we've seen recently with Trump's multiple attempts on his life, again Charlie Kirk and several others that have had violence incurred against them just for their beliefs in what we would consider freedom and for the betterment of the entire country.
Yeah. Like I want to say, I don't think this guy's going to do anything. I think they're empty threats. But you can't do that. Not nowadays. And I do see people talking about the spoof numbers. Uh, this is the same guy.
Yeah, he's
Sounded
wasn't very
exactly
intelligent. Yeah.
and said, "I can't recall if I made threatening phone calls to gun shows."
Yeah.
If you asked me, "Did you make a threatening phone call to gun shows?" I'd be like, "No."
Right.
I wouldn't be like, "I don't recall." That's like the Hillary Clinton defense.
Yeah. What's yeah. Right. Or what your definition of is from her esteemed husband.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that right there, I mean, in my opinion, if you say you don't recall making a threatening phone calls, probably did, unless you're just making a lot of threatening phone calls.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. If you made so many that you can't recall which ones went to where, then I guess that could be a defense. But he knows what he did. It's on his phone record. It's on his contracted phone that has a name associated to it. It's not even a prepaid phone or a pay-as-you-go burner phone or whatever.
Your
It's
Google number.
Yeah, or Google number that. Yeah, I mean, it takes 2 seconds to get a phone number not associated with you,
Or *67.
or that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not
Okay.
hard. So
I just want to answer this. We are doing a fundraiser for the Boy Scouts, givesandgo.com/997. A lot of the troops did go woke. My son's pack did go woke. My son's pack is actually a traditionalist pack, which means boys only, reverence to God, stuff like that. It's a religious pack, reverence to God. It's a Christian pack. Reverence to God, boys only, all like all the non-woke stuff. And in fact, because we're non-woke, our pack has like tripled in size because people are coming from other areas for that non-woke culture.
yeah, that's great. I'm glad they're
Which is
expanding.
crazy. Yeah, we went from like 25 like a few years ago. Then when they did the woke stuff and we decided to stay true to everything, because if they leave it up to the individual acts, even though they kind of push you that way. We decided to stay true, and because of that, we've exploded, and we've seen a lot of the woke packs just shrink down to nothing.
I believe it. No, nobody actually wants the wokeness.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of it's the minority. They just have the loudest mouth. and then people feel bad for them because they don't get picked for dodgeball, I guess.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we get a lot of the the non woke people, and Jordan has been very good to them in the past as well. I will have to say, so kudos to
Yeah,
you.
we always try to always try to help out, especially the kids.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. Plus, woke packs. There's so many out there. We want to keep the good ones afloat.
How does that affect you with the national? What is it, a committee or a national group, or how does
It's
that work?
all up to the packs. It's they leave it all the way up to the. They don't officially take a stance.
Gotcha.
So
It doesn't affect your access or money, or I don't know how the
no,
organization is internally,
no,
but
no.
yeah, that's good.
It's totally up to the packs. Um, and some packs stay traditional, some packs go woke. The ones that go woke seem to die out.
Of course.
The ones that are traditional seem to grow.
Yeah. That's what young men want, young boys want. They want to go out, learn how to start fires, how to carve up sticks with a pocket knife, how to sew their ripped pants back together, all the different fishing and whatever else you guys do. I mean, it's how to be a man, and they want to do manly things. They don't want to do all this nonsense woke crap. So that's good you guys are doing that.
Yep, yep. So we're all like that. So, so you filed your reports, and hopefully we'll hear something back. I'm not going to name the guy yet. I will name him on Monday when my article comes out. I'll reach out to some other people to get their comments as well.
It's going to be an interesting weekend. I I do kind of feel bad for him if he's just some bobo that lives on Reddit or lives on the internet and can say whatever he wants without any retribution or consequence. But this is now real life. You've actually called a phone number that belongs to me. You've threatened me, threatened my family. So there needs to be at minimum a conversation with law enforcement to put him on the radar. If he's crazy, then he needs the help that he needs. Um,
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, he didn't.
you
He
don't know.
seemed like he made a stupid mistake, but I can say that, but I don't know.
Yeah, how many stupid mistakes until it comes time for action, that they actually make that action a reality.
Yeah, yeah, like every time you hear people say, "Oh, he's always talked about it, but I didn't think he was actually going to go through with it." You hear that a lot.
Right, right, right. We've all been young. We've all said dumb stuff, but fortunately, this is on a recording, and you know, it's all
Which
it's all it's all
you
there.
can't share because Pennsylvania
Yeah,
is a two-party consent state, even voicemail. I've already looked all that up.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've never really been through anything like this before. We've had some old ladies call us. Getting back to, we were on the news for whatever, and a very, very elderly woman had called our phone, and I answered, and she expressed her concerns about firearms, and it was a very calm conversation. I treated her as if she was my grandmother, because she is probably somebody's grandmother, and I'm not gonna, berate this very elderly woman, but nothing has been this direct of actual what I feel as a call to action against the lives of myself, family, employees. So, uh, we can't sit idly by. Um, I'm a Christian. I think we've said that before. I've said it several times publicly, and so I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. So Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Everybody needs Him. I think this young man is lost and needs something to fill the void in his life, and I think that Jesus Christ is the only thing that will do that for him. So, our prayer for this gentleman, this younger guy is that he'll find the peace that he needs to not have these angry uh, outbursts or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you would call this, but that's the only way that you're going to find peace, and it doesn't have to be as extreme as wanting to end somebody else's life. But if you have negative thoughts or negative feelings, that's what will heal you. So uh, that's our hope and prayer for this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's going to learn a lesson. That's for sure.
It's not going to feel good, I'm sure. The
No, it's
lesson
not going to feel
as it
good, but
comes.
you
Yeah,
can't. People got to understand that you can't go around. You can't. I think the whole issue is that the other side is the anti-gun side, the left, or whatever you want to say. I hate to use the term left and right, but it really is the left that they've been told so long that words are violence and all this other stuff that they're buying into it, and they're seeing this as, hey, you know, this is self-defense.
yeah, of
You know,
course.
yeah, and
And that
it's
goes back to what yeah,
e- evil begets evil, right?
right.
Like I am 100% pro-life, but and I think it's like one of the biggest evils in the country.
Agree.
But I'm not going to go out there and like blow up a abortion clinic or anything like that.
Right.
But I
And that
don't
doesn't
think
work. That
yeah,
violence doesn't work.
it doesn't work. It doesn't
Right.
work. But they want you to be scared. They want me to be scared. They want the other gun promoters to be scared.
Right.
The whole thing is coming down to trying to scare your opponents to stop them from doing stuff.
Yeah, and we're not going to be scared into that. We're not going to stop. And there's plenty more people after me. I'm 40. I started my journey in this industry 12 years ago, so I was 28, I guess, ish. There's plenty of other 25-year-olds gearing up to become the next thing to keep this industry pushing along. They're not scared. You should see some of the forums, and I know you have, but the discussions that they're having, they are they're not afraid to carry the torch and move the industry forward. So I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see engaged folks that are at the beginning of their maybe professional career in this industry or whatever they may be doing. But it's nice to see that. I see it from both sides because with the gun show promotion, we have a lot of, I would say, 60-plus-year-old vendors that are selling, their style of firearms, so hunting rifles or shotguns or precision, whatever they're into. So I see that side of it kind of dissipating, just aging out. And then I see the group that's about my age, 40-ish. We're kind of in between. And then I see the young guys coming up, and it's great to have us all, basically three generations in my mind, kind of all coming together and at least for a little while fighting in the same direction. So that's nice to see throughout the country.
No, your kids going to get into the industry, you think?
I don't know. We've talked about it. My oldest is very entrepreneurial mindset, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm not going to force it on them. I don't know what they'll do.
Yeah, especially I can see why they would be entrepreneurial. The dad collects businesses like baseball cards.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see. I don't know. I got some great people working for me that have been here a long time, so I'm good where I'm at, even if my daughters choose a different path.
Hello, Ting Ting. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny Barr's out there.
Yeah, Johnny Three Bar is really good.
Yeah,
That the
he's always on it with the links and commentary.
yeah, yeah. All right, so Any messages to anyone out there that might receive calls like this?
Um, yeah, don't back down. Don't be afraid of it. Take your precautions though. I mean, I carry a gun everywhere I go. State police asked me today. They said, "Well, you're in the firearms industry, so I'm just going to assume that you always have a firearm." I said, "Of course." What about at your shop? What about at your house when you're dry? Yes, yes, always. Does the family usually, or we're usually all together. So, maybe I got to work on the family portion of it, but don't be silenced. Don't be afraid. Call me, call John, call any of your other buddies in the industry. We'll help you through whatever we can. There's been so many situations that have happened to me over these 12 years that not many people, John knows 95% of the things that I've gone through. We've seen it all. And John and I battled together, and several other folks as well, but
I'm
John's
telling you,
always been there for me. So
Rogue Banshee says my friend needs help.
that's right. That's right.
I said, all right.
So don't be afraid. We'll stand shoulder to shoulder with you. We'll find you whatever support you need.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm really good at getting information and getting people to admit stuff.
Yeah. I'm on the phone with the FBI. I had to hit the ignore button because John's calling me to tell me what he found out as I'm filing the report. So
Like, how do you find this information out? He told me.
it's always the simplest answer. I don't even know why I asked because I know that the answer to that question, and I've asked you that more than once, and the answer is always the same because I asked him and he told me.
Yeah, well, this is one thing. People say, how do you get this? I asked,
Yeah, that's it.
and they gave it to you. Like, well, people don't ask. Just ask. I mean,
Just ask.
what's the worst thing they're gonna say?
That's
No,
right.
I'm not gonna
That's
answer
right.
that. You might get, I don't like black people,
You might get that, and it might be on
which you
recording.
have gotten before.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Yes,
yeah,
we have.
just ask. I mean, well, what's the harm? And don't be excited. Just say, okay, well, what about this? And just, you know, in a monotone
Yep.
thing. Don't get excited. Just ask in a monotone tone. Ask a bunch of other questions, but then sneak the one you really want to know in there. And just, rapid fire in a monotone thing, and they will tell you
Yep.
a lot of times. Or the mind gets stuck in this thing of this thing like, okay, well, he's asking softball questions and and like the sixth question is like the got me or whatever.
Yeah.
And that one's asked in the same tone, same cadence, everything. And then mine gets used to answering, so they just will answer.
Yeah. And once you ask it, just be quiet, and the silence will kill them. If you can hold out longer, the first person to talk loses. So it's another easy tactic. Well, hard to learn because you don't like most people don't like silence. They want to hear it back and forth and a back and forth. But if I ask you a question and I just sit here, well, nobody wants to just sit here. We want to hear action. So
Well, people feel awkward when there's awkward,
yes.
so I just don't get that awkward feeling ever.
Hmm.
So, I mean, my tism, it's
Yeah.
a superpower. I
I've
sit
had
there
to
and look
train
at you.
myself out of it. You were born with superpowers.
Yeah, how does look at you all day, man.
Yep.
All right, guys. If anything else you want to say before we get out of here? I know you got some plans.
Yeah, we got kids got football game tonight, but yeah, trust in God. That's the number one thing, and
Amen.
uh, you know, reach out to Him, then reach out to us. We'll help you. Start with Him first, though. Give your burdens to Him before you come over here.
So, yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, that's gibsongo.com/997, gibsongo.com/997. And any sponsorships I get for the rest of the year will go directly to 997, 100%. And I'm matching all that too, which is good. So dollar for dollar,
Nice.
up to like 100 grand. I always have to put in that caveat. I'm not gonna but,
Man, they're really paying you well over at Ammo Land, huh?
no, 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 dude. We made, like
Maybe I need to
we
call them.
made,
Pick
like,
up side hustle.
$150.
Yeah.
$100 for that hot dog, 997. But just in case,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Elon Musk is watching or something,
Yeah. Right. Right.
half a billion, be like,
Oh,
because I would have to pay somehow.
you'd figure it out.
Don't think I would figure it out, but I'll try. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. Check out Gideon Optics. Gideon Optics makes incredible optics. In fact, did I took one off and I mounted another optic? Yeah, there it is. I took this off. I'm transferring this over to another gun. This is their Judge, their RMSC one. Pretty nice. They have a Judge 2 as well, which I have on my firearms. This is the only one. Excuse me. Sorry. This is the only one I don't have on a firearm right now. All the other ones, it's the only optics I run, and it's the only company that I work with. I told Osite to go pound sand about a year ago. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that.
I'm not even getting paid for it.
You could
So,
be.
yeah, but yeah, but I mean, I truly, truly believe in these optics, and there is a code down in the description where you can get, I think, 10% off and free shipping. I think it's Crumpy. It's down in the description, so if you want a good optic, that saves you some money. And once again, that is not a kickback. That's just a discount for you guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and with that, we're out of here. Thank you.